Hi, I'm Jason Arp. I'm the City Councilman for the 4th District, the City of Fort Wayne. And today we're going to talk about tax increment financing. I mentioned this topic in a previous video in which we were talking about the business personal property tax and in the context of other taxes that are being levied in the county. And so I wanted to go in a little bit more detail just so people understand what that is and what it's being used for. So tax increment financing happens only in redevelopment districts, and so the Redevelopment Commission will define a TIF district, and TIF is tax increment financing, and what we need to define what increment is. So you start off with the base, and that is the assessed value before any building or before the TIF is actually created. So, let's say on this particular property, the base, we'll just, just a nice round number, we'll just say it's 100. That base will continue to go to whatever units it was going to before. So, maybe a third of it would go to the schools, a third of it would go to, let's say, the city, 20% of it may go to the county, and then you have dribs and drabs that would go to the townships, the airport, and CityLink. Then when the Redevelopment Commission defines it as a TIF district, then the increment from when the project's completed is going to be, let's say this is the assessed value beforehand, and then you have the increment. And let's say this incremental project adds $1,000 worth of value there, and so the total assessment would be $1,100. This part here, instead of it going, what we talked about before, a third of it going to the schools, third going to the city to pay for things like police and fire and streets and that sort of thing. Instead, this all goes to the Redevelopment Commission, in which they can either invest in the public infrastructure within the TIF district. And public infrastructure could be streets or sewer or whatever, those types of things, or it could go toward, and what we've seen recently, TIF has been used to repay loans, bonds from other city sources. So, like, for instance, the landing used TIF to repay a loan from the legacy. So it's using the taxes from the area to repay loans that were used for the construction of whatever the project is. That's one use that we do see of TIF. So instead of the schools getting, maybe $300 out of this 100, they're not getting anything. And so when we use TIF as a inducement, we're not growing the tax base until after the TIF district is sunset. So usually these things have like a 25-year life, and it'll be sunset. So my argument with the business personal property tax is we would not do as much of this stuff because we want to be able to net out the impacts of the business personal property tax. So hopefully that explains TIF. If you have any questions, be sure you can email me at friendsofjasonarp@gmail.com, or just you put something in the comments here. Be sure to subscribe to this channel. You can get additional videos. We'll talk about other topics related to the city. And you can also check out our website at jasonarp.com. So thanks for watching.